Avoid these 5 foods urgently. Your prostate and your overall health are at risk if you keep eating them. If you're a man over 50 or 60, this video could be a turning point for your health. Today, we're going to talk about the foods that are putting your prostate in danger, often without you even realizing it. The prostate is a small gland, but when it becomes inflamed or enlarges, it can affect everything, from your sleep at night to your sex life. And the most alarming part? Over 50% of men over 60 already suffer from some type of prostate issue, many without even knowing it. The good news is that much of this can be prevented, starting with something as simple as what you eat. That's why, in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the 5 most harmful foods for your prostate. Number 1 is very common among older adults and extremely dangerous. That's why at the end of the list, I'll also share with you the 5 foods you should start eating now, because they work like a true protective shield. So stay with me until the end, because you might be making mistakes that have a solution. Let's start by identifying the silent enemies of your prostate. Some of them are in your kitchen right now. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, how old are you and what city are you watching this video from? I'd love to know where you're joining me from. And if you're truly committed to your health, I invite you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming content I'm preparing just for you. Food number 5, processed meats. Coming in at number 5 on the list of foods you should avoid to protect your prostate are processed meats. We're talking about foods like sausages, ham, bacon, bologna, and other deli meats. Although they're common in many breakfasts and lunches, they pose a risk you shouldn't ignore. These products are loaded with nitrites and nitrates, chemical preservatives that can turn into potentially carcinogenic compounds once inside your body. They also contain saturated fats and trans fats, which promote systemic inflammation, including in the prostate. And let's not forget the high salt content, which can contribute to fluid retention. And that leads to increased pressure in the pelvic area, making it harder to fully empty your bladder. Over time, this raises your risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia and even prostate cancer, especially if these foods are consumed frequently. So what can you do instead? Replace processed meats with much healthier options: lean meats like chicken or turkey, or fish like salmon and trout. And if you want something practical, make your own homemade burgers using fresh ingredients. Your prostate will thank you. But it's not just processed meats putting you at risk. There's another food many people consider healthy, but it really isn't. Food number 4, excess dairy. The 4th food you should avoid, or at least significantly reduce, if you want to protect your prostate, is excess dairy. I'm referring especially to whole milk and aged cheeses, and sugary yogurts, which are commonly part of many diets, especially at breakfast or dinner. Although dairy provides calcium and protein, it also comes with synthetic and natural hormones. These can disrupt your hormonal balance. Many industrial dairy products contain high levels of IGF-1, a growth factor that, when elevated, has been linked to a higher risk of prostate cancer. Furthermore, frequent consumption of these products can increase estrogen levels in the male body, a hormone that, in excess, contributes to prostate inflammation and hormonal imbalance. And let's not forget about casein, a protein found in milk that can trigger inflammatory responses in some individuals, especially when the gut has trouble digesting it. The solution? You don't have to eliminate dairy entirely, but you can choose healthier alternatives like plant-based milks, such as almond, oat, or coconut milk, unsweetened yogurts made from soy or coconut, and fresh cheeses with low processing levels. Now, let's move on to one that's even more common, and that many men consume daily without realizing the harm it causes. Food number 3, saturated fats. Coming in at number 3 are saturated fats, found in products like fast food, fried foods, and fatty meats. While they may seem harmless, especially when consumed occasionally, their cumulative effect on prostate health is significant. These fats promote chronic inflammation in the body, and when it comes to the prostate, that means increased size, more pressure on the bladder, and greater difficulty urinating. They also interfere with the hormonal system by raising levels of free testosterone, which can contribute to abnormal prostate growth. They also affect blood circulation, which has a double negative impact. On one hand, it worsens urinary symptoms by reducing blood flow to the pelvic area, and, on the other, it can contribute to erectile dysfunction, a common problem in men with prostate enlargement. What are your options? Swap out these harmful fats for much healthier sources. Use extra virgin olive oil. Include avocado, omega-3, rich fish like salmon or sardines, and nuts like walnuts or almonds. And what about alcohol? Many believe that one drink won't hurt, but when it becomes a habit. Food number 2, excessive alcohol. Coming in at number 2 on the list of foods, or in this case, drinks, to avoid if you want to take care of your prostate, is excessive alcohol. We're talking about beer, wine, and spirits that, although socially accepted, can cause more harm than you might think when consumed frequently. Alcohol directly affects hormonal balance. It lowers testosterone levels and increases estrogen, which can promote inflammation and prostate growth. It also acts as a diuretic, which means you urinate more, but at the same time you become dehydrated. This results in more concentrated, irritating urine, which can worsen urinary symptoms like urgency, burning, or the constant feeling of not fully emptying the bladder. This doesn't mean you have to eliminate alcohol entirely, but you should moderate your intake. If you choose to drink, do so in moderation and always pair it with water. And if you choose wine, go for red wine, as it contains antioxidants like resveratrol that may offer certain benefits. The number 1 item on this list won't surprise you, but you probably consume it more than you think. Food number 1, refined sugar and simple flours. We've reached the number 1 food you should avoid if you want to protect your prostate: refined sugar and simple flours. This is without a doubt one of the most commonly consumed daily, often without us even realizing it. It's found in products like pastries, donuts, white bread, processed cereals, and sugary sodas. The problem with sugar isn't just about empty calories. These types of simple carbohydrates spike your insulin levels, creating constant surges that, over time, lead to chronic inflammation in the body. And as we've already seen, inflammation is one of the key factors in prostate enlargement. In addition, frequent sugar intake promotes abdominal fat accumulation. This is a type of active fat that disrupts hormonal balance. It results in lower testosterone and higher estrogen, something no man wants if he's aiming to maintain a healthy prostate and good sexual function. The good news is that you don't have to give up flavor. You can replace these products with much more nutritious options: plain oats, 100% whole grain bread, quinoa, and low glycemic fruits like strawberries, blueberries, or green apples. Now you know the 5 enemies. But let's look at the other side. The foods that can help you protect your prostate and age with strength. We begin the list of foods you should eat with one that's very accessible and full of benefits: the tomato. This fruit is one of the richest sources of lycopene, a natural antioxidant that has been shown to have a protective effect on the prostate. Lycopene helps reduce the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, that is, non-cancerous prostate enlargement. It's also been linked to a lower chance of developing prostate cancer, especially when consumed regularly. A key fact: lycopene is absorbed much better when the tomato is cooked and paired with a healthy fat like extra virgin olive oil. So, adding a natural tomato sauce to your meals or cooking a tomato-based stew can be a delicious and therapeutic way to protect your health. But the tomato is not alone. There's a family of vegetables that is a powerful ally. At number 4, we have a group of vegetables with impressive power for prostate health: cruciferous vegetables. These include broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and kale. They're not only rich in fiber and vitamins, but they also contain a compound called sulforaphane, which has unique properties. Sulforaphane supports a kind of hormonal detox, helping to eliminate excess estrogen and promoting healthy hormonal balance. Additionally, it has a protective effect at the cellular level, which may prevent abnormal cell growth in the prostate, reducing the risk of hyperplasia and cancer. To get the most benefit, it's best to eat them lightly steamed or even raw in salads, if your digestion allows. Including cruciferous vegetables several times a week is one of the smartest decisions you can make for your prostate. What comes next is small but powerful. At number 3 are pumpkin seeds, small but with a huge impact on prostate health. These seeds are an excellent source of zinc, an essential mineral for male hormonal function. They're also rich in phytosterols, natural compounds that help regulate hormonal metabolism. One of their most notable benefits is that they help reduce levels of DHT, dihydrotestosterone, a hormone linked to prostate overgrowth. By keeping this hormone in check, they support better urinary emptying, reducing the need to go to the bathroom frequently, especially at night. Plus, they're very versatile. You can add them to your smoothies, salads, or yogurts, or simply eat them on their own as a healthy snack between meals. Just make sure they're unsalted and not fried to preserve their benefits. And if we're talking about supportive drinks, this ancient infusion has impressive effects. At number 2, we find a simple, natural, and tremendously beneficial drink: green tea. This ancient infusion is rich in catechins, powerful antioxidants that have been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects and cellular protective effects, especially in prostate tissue. Regular consumption of green tea can reduce prostate inflammation, improve urinary flow, and decrease the frequency of nighttime discomfort. Additionally, its active compounds help prevent prostate enlargement by interfering with hormonal processes that promote its growth. Ideally, you should drink 1 to 2 cups a day, preferably without sugar. You can enjoy it hot or cold, and if you'd like, add a bit of lemon to enhance its antioxidant effect. A drink as simple as this can become a powerful daily ally for your prostate health. The number 1 item on this list comes from the sea, and it's one of the most complete. At number 1 on the list of foods you should include to protect your prostate are omega-3 rich fish, such as salmon, sardines, trout, and tuna. These essential fatty acids have a powerful anti-inflammatory effect, making them one of the most effective allies in preventing prostate enlargement and other related conditions. Omega-3 also helps improve blood circulation, which is essential for proper prostate function and male sexual health. It also has a positive impact on hormonal balance by reducing the production of inflammatory substances and protecting tissues from potential cellular damage. Including these fish in your diet at least twice a week is one of the best decisions you can make if you want to age with strength and vitality. Now that you know what to avoid and what to include, I want to leave you with an important reflection. We've reached the end, and it's time for a quick recap. Today, you learned about 5 foods that may be silently damaging your prostate: processed meats, excess dairy, saturated fats, excess alcohol, and refined sugar. All of them, when consumed frequently, promote inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and urinary problems. But you also discovered 5 powerful natural allies: tomatoes, cruciferous vegetables, pumpkin seeds, green tea, and omega-3 rich fish. These foods not only help prevent prostate enlargement, but also boost your overall health, vitality, and daily well-being. Remember, taking care of your prostate is not just a medical issue. It's a way to protect your quality of life. If this video was helpful, share it with someone who needs it. It could make a real difference in their health. And if you want to keep learning how to stay strong, healthy, and active at any age, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And pay close attention, because it's not just what you eat that affects your prostate. There are daily habits that can also silently enlarge it. Discover them and learn how to avoid them by clicking on the video you see on screen now.